Okay, so I'm back with a new working. I'm calling on Holy Death in her red aspect. Uh, a lot of you were asking for the little prayer or the invocation that I do when I call Holy Death. This is this is not written by me, but I have adapted it a little bit. I like it because it doesn't call on anything too Catholic or biblical. So I'll read it out for you. I'll try and speak slowly. By the powers of earth, by the presence of fire, by the inspiration of air, by the virtues of water, I invoke and conjure Saint Death, by the force of the sacred hearts and tears shed for love, for, and then you would put in your target's name, bring his or her spirit to my client, tying her or him indefinitely, tying it indefinitely to him. Bathe his her spirit in the essence of the client's love, so that he or she will love he or she in return. The target will never want to be with anyone else, and his stroke her body belongs only to the client. You do not eat, drink, or sleep. Holy Death, may he, she feel nostalgia for the client. May he, she make contact. I make the promise to you, Holy Death, and so it is done. So that is what I say. I'm sorry it's a bit strange with the he, she's, and all that, but in this instance, I can't say the names, so I will put in there the client's name and the target's name, and I'll adapt that. So I can write that in the description for anyone that wants it. So I made a little doll, one of the little gingerbread dolls, just like that, and I opened up the heart cavity, and I decided to put a chicken heart in there, and I bound the chicken heart with the actual client's name around it and dosed it with honey, so that the client will be in her heart. So I've got his picture and I've got the petition, and I'm binding that to the little doll. So you'll notice I've got the sigil of Gremory from the Ars Goetia. Sorry, I'm going to just say a few things here into myself. Okay. So when you're binding, it's important for you to see the end result. I like to tie in 3 knots. Alrighty. So we've got that, and that will go in there. Let's push her to the side a little bit, or pop her to the side. So the sigil for Gremory, I downloaded that off the internet, and I went over it in pen, and I spoke to Gremory as I was actually doing that. I focused on the sigil, sort of dropped down into a meditative state. I'm looking for a book. Just one moment. Okay, so again, I'm referring to S. Conley's Demonology Goetia, and I'm going to read about Gremory. You probably already know, but his color is green. His incense is sandalwood. His metal is copper. His planet is Venus, so he's a Venusian spirit. His N is Antasa Shi Gremory Onsa, or Onka, I'm not certain. Antasa Shi Gremory Onsa, that's the way I say it. I would chant that as I'm preparing the seal. His original purpose in the old grimoires, she can be invoked. Sometimes the spirit is seen as a male, and sometimes the spirit is seen as a female. Everyone's different. Personally, I'm picking up on like a male energy, but everyone's so different, so I can't say it's right or wrong. Anyway, she can be invoked for divination, to find treasures, and to invoke the love of women. So that is why we are calling on Gremory. But the author goes on to say, to learn magic, some say Gremory is akin to Telepatoria, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, or Shishat, only less intense. I invoked Gremory to find a lost item, and strangely it appeared in a place I had searched thoroughly 3 times. So lost items is another one. So I really like her books. She explains everything in a nice way. Not in a nice way, but she explains everything. To me, it's very good for the beginner. Okay. So I'm going to put some honey in this. we want to sweeten up this woman so that she gets back in touch again with the client. So always see in your mind's eye as you're pouring the honey or syrup or whatever it is, see everything coming together. Okay. See it as if it's already passed, it's already done. So put in some road opener, a little bit of pheromone. You don't need this, just go with what you have. This precipitation oil, I'm going to put that in. It's very good for speed, but again, you don't need it. Coffee is a good alternative. It's come to me oil. A little bit of jasmine. I really like jasmine in these honey jars. So let me see. Everything is so fiddly at the minute. I like to put some church dirt into the honey jars because I find it really helps these workings. So just a little bit of church dirt. I've said before, not cemetery dirt, church dirt from the actual building itself. Some grains of paradise. Just go with what you have. I'm going to put a little bit of chamomile in because we don't want any arguments, any fighting, and that will keep things flowing along nicely. Sexual attraction, we want the ginger and the cinnamon together. So always focus when you're doing this. It's not about just chucking things in jars. Always, always, always focus. This is my own Stay With Me oil. Love me oil. Excuse me, a bottle of water in the way. Oh, it's nearly out. Okay. Excuse the voice, I've had a throat infection. Where am I going? That's syrup. Eye bright. Very good for the truth. Let's see what else I need. Eye bright. Some ladies' mantle. And some little rosebuds. Actually, they put some syrup in this. These two bottles are identical. One looks like the honey bottle, and it's actually syrup, but it's fine. And syrup flows a lot faster than honey. Okay, so a little bit of rose water. And we have a little bit left. So I like to blow some life into this, and then pop the lid on it, and I shake it once. I don't shake the jar ever. I don't like to mess with these honey jars. Once they're sealed and shook once, I leave it that way because you don't want to shake around and upset the contents. That's okay for vinegar jars and sour jars and stuff where you want discord and you want to shake things up, but not with honey jars. Again, everyone's different, but that's just my take on it. Okay, so I'm going to actually burn some little green tea lights on this, and then I'll shift and burn a big candle, a big pink candle. I want to burn some tea lights on it for Gremory. These pink boys, they go up on that. But yeah, I want to, first of all, start with some little green tea lights on that. So that's that. And as I said, that will sit on this sail with the green tea lights for 5 days. Then I'll move it to her altar, which is behind me, and I'll burn some pink candles on it. Her offering is called what they call is a manda, Manda, I think. It's when you make a promise to her, and you must fulfill the promise. So I make the promise on behalf of the client that when she comes through, that I will make her a substantial offering. So that's the way things work. A lot of people say that you really anger her when you don't pay her back immediately, but I find she's okay. Yeah, you know, you don't want to do it too often on her. But yeah, she needs paid back. Sin expedite is one as well. You really need to pay Sin expedite back for helping you, because I think Sin expedite would just take it like that, and with interest as well. He's seen as a very gentle, giving saint, but he can take things back on you. Believe me, he can do that. Very, very interesting saint, and he's helped me so much in his lifetime. I owe a lot to Saint Expedite. I have a little space for him just above me here. It's like a permanent altar, and I make offerings to him regularly. Santissima Muerte is behind me. I also have an altar to Lord Belial. He's another spirit from Ars Goetia. I'm sure you know who he is. Again, I'll make a video about how Belial helped me immensely in an actual funny way, but Belial is a if you really want your life to improve and ascend, Belial is the one to contact. But please, if you do that, please, I will do a separate video on him. Give it a lot of thought. Belial is he's a powerhouse, and I see a lot of people doing spells with Belial. Something like something so simple, and I wouldn't put Belial on something like that. It's like going after someone. With a rocket launcher when all you need is a small gun. Belial is he's a god of left hand path ascension. So just be careful. Anyway, enough of me blabbering. I did look at a few cards on the situation. Normand. Okay, so the key card is the dog. That's about friendship. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure how you both stand at the moment. Is she allowing you to be, a friend and not letting it, maneuver past that? I see a child and the scythe, so something has happened, almost of a child, like someone that's being childish, and that's what caused this. I think. I'm not sure if you can relate to this, but the child and the scythe, that's telling me it's the end of the childishness. Over here, I've got the snake and the book. That's telling me that there's someone in the back of this, in the background, who is a negative influence. I'm thinking of women. When I see the snake, I always think of a woman with dark hair and possibly glasses. And the book is something that has to come out into the open. It's a secret, even. And this person, this snake, is the reason, for this secret. It's actually hard because I don't know all the ins and outs of your situation. I know what you've given me, but there is someone there who's influencing her in a bad way, and I think she needs to tell you something. That's just telling me that the whole issue happened because of something that was very childish, that shouldn't have happened, but it's all over and done with now, as you know. So down the line, I can look at a few more cards for you. That's really just telling me how things are now, if you know what I mean. Down the line, I think things will probably be different. So these are oracle cards. They're the answer deck. So the first card out was bad news, which I'm sure you understand what that is. Second card out, jealousy. Then we've got sexual attraction, which is interesting in amongst all that. And solitude. And the last card out was faith, which is that's a good card. You need faith. I get a lot of people and they don't have any faith in these workings at all. I don't honestly understand why they even do them. You need to have some faith for things to work out. spirits need to know that you are putting your faith in them. So it's just important to stay focused. Also to visualize. I like to tell clients to visualize, see in your mind's eye your perfect, ideal scenario, and see that, especially if the person is asleep, that's a good time to push thoughts into that person's head as well. So yeah, it's almost like the law of attraction. So when you visualize, you're drawing that thing closer to you. So that's why I really think you should, do that. Just take a bit of time out for 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be every night. It can be every couple of nights, and just see in your mind's eye everything coming together. See, use your senses. Touch her. Smell the perfume off her neck. See all that in your mind's eye. I know visualization is not for everyone, but use all the senses. Believe me, that makes a massive difference to any spell that I do here. It really does help. So I'm going to leave it there. So I really hope things turn around in the future. Faith is the important thing at the minute. So once we get past this, I can do a little reading down the line and we can see how things are going. So houseofmagick@gmail.com, or you can get me in the comments section. And a very good night to you.